Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a couple of viewer submitted matches of StarCraft 2 for game number 1 of the day. We find ourselves on the map Alcyone. The blue Terran landing here in the upper right corner is going to be Pure Blood. Pure blood, huh? Not bad blood? Not dirty blood? No. The red Protoss warping into the bottom left, the opponent, the very shiny probes of Rick. What is this probe skin? Very shiny, very metallic. Somebody took that metallic and glossy slider up to the max there. What is it? Golden something? Golden era? Sounds familiar. It's a very early SCV. It's a very angry SCV. What? What is this? What is this SCV? Checking around. And then getting so mad, not actually caring about scouting. No. Sent into a crazed bloodlust upon seeing the first probe. I'm guessing Mr. Blood over here, our Terran compadre in the right corner, has been hurt before. Specifically by Protoss, because the blood rage that was induced upon seeing this probe, gotta get that probe out of there. The SCV will win the straight up confrontation without a little bit of micro. The shields have to regenerate on that probe to allow for more combat. Shields regen? No, really? Really? What? Protoss OP red card. No. Trash talking. What? It's a concussive rush from Pure Blood, who's falling victim to perhaps a self-fulfilling prophecy, a bit of a cycle here. Targeting that probe right away did not wind up being a very helpful decision here. Building a lot of buildings over here. We've got a Forge and a Twilight on the same way. I mean, there's no Reaper, so, you know, it's probably fine, but there's other risks too, you know, Protoss players. If there's a siege tank here, this is a no bueno zone immediately, okay? That could get ugly very quickly. And a low ground wall against a Terran. Yeah, it's, again, ambitious for the amount of tank pushes I see. I'm intrigued. I'm fine so far. I'm sticking around. The Marauders, not really feeling like an aggressive choice. More maybe just security. I'm guessing Pure Blood has been hurt by Stalkers, specifically. Marauders, though, not usually... Honestly, I kind of had the thought, too, Brick. Very chatty, though. I had the thought that Pure Blood here might be going for some sort of Marauder timing or all-in, but apparently not. Brick is safe for now, and the choice for the Dear Protoss is a Dark Shrine. No other units at all. It is a little greedy, sure, but hey, that's part of the fun, right? That works, that's fine. Cannons at the front. Still got like 30 seconds. Why would you warn them? Am I being trolled? I would say where's the camera, but I know right where the camera is. I put it there. So, what is going on here? 3 DTs. Does Pure Blood actually believe that there's been zero chat from the Terran here? For all we know, the Terran could have blocked and muted the Protoss. That's a fusion core. That's a fusion core. The scan actually does see the Dark Shrine, potentially sees the research going there. DT Blink on the way, of course. Chrono Surge and the first couple of DTs will make their way over to the Terran side of the map. There's no third base here though, so that's not quite earning their pay just yet. On the Terran side, the fusion core completes. We have a Raven on the way, along with an additional starport. Do not tell me this is Battlecruiser. Please don't. Please don't. We're getting building armor. No. You're not supposed to get building armor first. Did you get... Alright. Well, time to see what the DTs are gonna do. Are you setting up a DT Blink? Using a Void Ray to give vision? Okay. I think that's what it is. DT Blink just now finishes up. They blink into the natural. Unfortunately, there's a missile turret and a Raven, which makes it very difficult. Okay. Well, maybe the main base. Yeah, they could do the same thing for the main base here. The Void Ray is going to wrap around. I like this too. Very shiny. Very purple. I approve of these Protoss skins. What's the DT? Is it the Tal'Darim? The red blades? Looking great. DT's blinking up into the main base here, targeted by a siege tank, and not getting a whole lot done at this point in time. But there's still hope. You get a bonus point for creativity, of course, because using a Void Ray to give vision for DT Blink into the respective bases, I like it. It may have gone a little better if you hadn't announced your Dark Shrine. Protoss. I will quit ripping into the Protoss though, because for some reason this is here at the 730 mark. Void Ray angering all of these Terran forces. The battle cruiser. Did you see this cruiser? You should see this cruiser. Alright. Well, the DTs actually get into the mineral line here. Even hurting the tank a little bit. Workers killed. It's been 7. Now, how many of those were actually the DTs, it looks like? Okay. Not just tank-friendly fire is what I was worried about. Behind this, triple Stargate Void Ray. I can't even be mad because there's battle cruisers on the field. Speaking of which, speed this up a little bit, shall I? More DTs out on the map. High-sec auto tracking in the production tab. I love that we got STEM, because there's 7 Marines, and you clearly have no intention of building a bio-related army. Oh, the TTs. Blocking the command center well, I like it. Now blinking over into the natural. The turret's the first target. SCV's now gonna be picked off. The battle cruisers surprisingly quick to respond despite their slow, lumbering movement speed, helping with the defense. Checking the dead space, perhaps for a prism. DTs putting in a good amount of work. Oh, the blink, the planetary so close to falling. I have no words. It would appear this Protoss is trying to taunt the Terran. And I wonder why Terrans are so scarred by Protoss players. Meanwhile, 8 Void Rays, the choice. You're building only DTs and Void Rays, I like it. I like it very much. Fleet beacon on the way. Got to get that flux veins research for all these void rays, which, you know, may actually end up being a perfect answer because this Terran has 6 battle cruisers, 2 more on the way. BC upgrades. How's our Protoss upgrades? We're getting just one at a time. Words to the wise. Pro tip, if you're gonna go for heavy air, you might want to get 2 cyber cores for those air upgrades, of course. Anyways, Flux Veins is gonna finish up momentarily here. A very exposed planetary. Need to focus fire these. The battle cruisers get close into melee, but it's just too much Terran. Actually, the void ray count is gonna be completely reset. Upgrades? Yeah, it was 2-2 against 1-1. BC's very strong. Very durable, it seems. Dark Templar moving around. Attacking towards your own base. I like it. Both players just macroing up. 3-3 battle cruisers against. So still just 3 Stargates. A 3 Stargate Void Ray. Okay. PM check. Everybody's doing things. We've got, you know, decent amount. I worry about the upgrades. That's kind of my concern for the Protoss side. The Terran side, I'm worried for mental stability and sanity because for one reason or another, we've gone heavy battlecruiser against Protoss and still no chat. You know, I hope it's a mute or a block situation and you're not like actively trying to ignore. Use the tech, use the system to help out. Void Rays, moving around, moving across. It's a starboard here. Gonna charge up, go after the buildings, target down that turret, go for the command center. The BC's electing to slowly saunter their way over, which means the command center is 100% going to fall. SCV's falling with it. It is time to get out. No recall, we're just gonna sack. I'm not sure whose mental health I'm more worried about now. You have recall, right? Do you recall? Recall? They torch the starport, torch the turret, torch the command center, and get out. Couple of DTs, not going to find much over on the right side of the map. What is this? Shields upgrades. We're at +2 shield upgrades now. Getting that +3 attack. I like it. Unfortunately, the BC count still growing, and the Void Ray count has been reset twice, which makes for probably a very happy Terran, if I had to guess. Single DT, perhaps? Or maybe the battlecruisers got angry. These refineries, unmanned. Command center appears to be floating from somewhere. The BC teleport exists. This is not some weird, wacky mod where there's no BC teleport, guys, I promise. They're just not using it. Oh, but pure blood. Destroying the rocks to more easily move Vikings and battle cruisers around. Yes, you heard me. Unfortunately, finding these Void Rays far before I think Brick was ready for this, and the Void Ray count's going to be reset yet again, down to only 1 Void Ray, 3 Dark Templar. The DTs, of course, blink microwing versus refineries, which is an admirable goal, I suppose. The BC Viking combo here is going to find the group of Stargates and quickly shut them down. I don't I don't see this going very well for the Protoss here. Oh, the unfortunate timing. That +3 attack on the air is going to be denied for the 0 Void Rays that are on the field. It's up to these 4 Dark Templar. It's a base race of Battlecruiser versus Dark Templar. The teleport button was found. Blinking away. DT's... oh, he's trying. Are there any ravens? No, there's no ravens. We're too busy making 4 battlecruisers at a time to remember that ravens exist. Okay. Nonetheless, the DTs forced the battlecruisers home. They absolutely ravaged this base, though. The main base is torched, is trashed. The natural vacated forcibly, shall we say. Oh, going for the SCVs. Not a bad idea. Pure blood, a little lacking on any sense of a bank. Oh, if you can get to the edge, could blink out 2 of them. Not gonna make it though. These Void Rays stuck in the Stargate. The Dark Shrine is being replaced. 8 more gateways. What we need is more Dark Templar. I agree. Dark Templar will get the job done. It's only 21 battle cruisers. I'm sorry. Aren't BCs like 6 supply? Like, you heard me. It's 163 army supply. 33 workers for pure blood. Speed this up again, because I feel like this is only going to end one way. And it's not very Protoss friendly. There's a decent group of Dark Templar here, ready to do some work though. Unfortunately, a battlecruiser's gonna spot them on the way out, but pure blood, uncaring, unfazed by this development, says, I will go across to the other side of the map and wreak havoc. Just like the Dark Templar are doing. They can absolutely go through this infrastructure. I'm inclined to say split them up, though. A second group works just as well, I suppose. 21 Dark Templar. Now here's the issue. Terrans can lift their buildings. And if the DTs don't get all of the flying buildings burning, yeah, that's a problem. The DTs have no way of actually hitting flying buildings, no way of hitting flying units. The BCs are here. Did they teleport or did they slow fly? I'm not too sure. I'm guessing they teleported. They're still getting work done. There's the Raven finally showing up. You have to commend the commitment to being annoying, to being a nuisance, these Dark Templar. Blinking onto the planetary, it is toast, and try and get out. One of the DTs, very low health, but should actually be able to get away. A solid hit and run tactic. Unfortunately, pure blood here, learning the art of splitting forces, sends one group of BCs to each corner of the map to try and find whatever hidden buildings remain. Meanwhile, there's enough Terran buildings floating that there is no hope for the Protoss to actually do this. Which is an oof. Pure Blood has not rebuilt their base. The last orbital was destroyed? Huh. Last command center has fallen. DT's blinking around. Pure Blood having their way with the Protoss' side of the map. Will absolutely be able to destroy all of the stuff there. These BCs on shore leave, we'll call it. Checking out the local machinery. Sure. Brick desperately trying to get another base up without... I was gonna say, without a Void Ray, you can't kill the buildings, and there's kind of 22 battle cruisers on the map to help stop a single Void Ray. Which means I think this is just going to end a little sadly. Pure blood scouring the map of anything Protoss shaped, Protoss colored. DTs try and warp into the main base yet again. 3 Nexi are on the way. Nexus. I heard a teleport. Ah, well over here. Hello there. Base trashed. You saw buildings. Oh god. There's gateways over here. A GG, well played heart comes out from Brick, and Pure Blood takes the victory. And with that, I feel like I can reveal some information to all of the beautiful viewers. Pure Blood was not the submitter of this replay. Brick was the viewer, was the submitter, which means a strong round of applause for someone willing to submit a loss. And an additional point of info, Brick was submitting for the viewer challenge that took place last week, which for Protoss players was to only build Dark Templar and Void Rays. And up against a battle cruiser crazed Terran, I'm going to say that was a spectacular game. Very well played, entertaining to watch. Thank you for the submission. And with that, onwards now to my second game of the day. For the second game of the day, we are on the map Concord, I think. The Red Zerg here playing for team number 1 in the central bottom of the map. It is Paprika. Their pink Terran ally, it is none other than Great Oz. And finally, the gray, dark gray Zerg ally of Team 1. It is Masio. EL. For team number 2, the teal Protoss over on the far right side, it is Speedy Rogue. Team number 2's light pink Terran ally, it is Skiem. And wrapping it all up with the worst of them all, the blue Terran in the upper right, it is me. Yeah, it was me. I'm the problem. Hello. So, I would say you guys are toast, but I'm playing Terran, so it could go either way. Now, before anything happens, before I talk about this absurdly ill-advised double proxy racks going on, I want to make everyone aware this was not your normal 3v3 game. This was not your everyday, regular kind of match. This was a mono battle. I know. Terrifying. Each player can only build one unit that was randomly selected for them in the pre-loading screen. So it's up to you to find out what each person is allowed to build, what compositions are being worked with here. The teams, let's see, 2 Terrans and a Protoss up against 2 Zergs and a Terran. Little bit of diversity. The proxy racks on the other side being done by someone that I would advise to never do a proxy. Not good at it. You suck, I promise. It's Marauders. Concussive Shell Marauder Rush on the way for the blue Terran, who looks to be taking a hidden base as well. Dark Gray Zerg here, producing a Roach Warren. Perhaps because roaches are on the table. Red Zerg, not much so far, a very quick lair. Their unit perhaps higher up in the tech tree. And same for the... I'm gonna go with strong pink. We'll go with pink, maybe, for Great Oz, and then light pink for Skiemk. An attack ping. The Grey Overlord spots the Marauders that can't seem to actually decide where they want to go. Up to the high ground to find pink Great Oz's base, who's trying to get double starport up very quickly. Marauder's gonna make sure this is in a bit of hot water, though. Apparently Oz's unit not quite so low on the tech tree as to have been able to get it out quickly. Marines are on the way for the light pink Terran Skiemk, who's quickly scrambling to try to rally to the Marauders over on the other side of the map, which are about to be surrounded by SCVs. Oh, focus firing down. Indigos trying to break his way out of the wall. That felt weird. I don't think I could do third person. Roaches quick to the defense, trying to respond, though the Marines cannot get here quick enough. Marauders doing pretty well target firing down those roaches, trying to get rid of the SCVs. Can I see the kill count? How many SCVs were killed? 21 SCVs killed off. The Marauders, most of them, will eventually be cleaned up here. And at long last, Teal Protos's ally shows itself. We have the first composition. Team 2 of light pink, teal, and blue working with Marine Marauder Void Ray. On the other side, we have a Fusion Core on the way still. The only unit to have been shown so far are Hydralisks for Red Zerg and Roaches for the Dark Grey. Team 1 in a bit of trouble, though. As I said, a bit of hot water. The Marine Marauder combo getting to come online much quicker. Now, intriguing choice. These Hydras not actually staying Hydralists. No, Lurkers are on the way. A Lurker Den was made, which means Red Zerg's unit of selection forced upon them is the Lurker, which is going to rightly shoo away all of those pesky Terran units. The Void Ray is going to be picked off by a missile turret, the most sneaky and surprising of forces, yes. One half-health Marauder, trying to be a hero, trying to save the day. Lurker's going to burrow, which is not going to work out very well for the Marines for sure. Reinforcing Marauders, though, quick to the front, able to help out. These proxy racks still here. This is the main production, apparently. Back at home, players doing their thing. Teal expanding like mad, trying to get more Void Rays, perhaps. Blue Terran focusing more on trying to look like a hero, trying to save the day, and deal with Lurkers with very unupgraded Marauders. More Marauders on the way. Additional command center at long last being made, and the Roaches doing well, keeping the Marauders out. We finally get to see the last remaining unit to be fielded. Great Oz's unit, the pink Battlecruiser, has shown itself. Now, Battlecruisers against Marines and Marauders, very good. Void Rays, though, not so much, perhaps not. There's still hope, there's still a chance. Marauders do pretty well against Roaches. Lurkers do pretty well against both Marines and Marauders, if they have support, or enough Lurkers, I suppose. Roaches, startled by the presence of Marauders here. How are the upgrades looking? Pretty lacking across the board. Some of the players have been getting upgrades, some more than others. Some focusing on expansions. And I feel like the Battlecruiser players just desperately trying to get out any number of Battlecruisers. SCV's fan club for that initial cruiser. 14 kills on it already, and that is going to increase. The Hydras, unfortunately, caught at the front line. I don't even think they can attack. I don't even think they're allowed to attack because the unit was lurkers. Marauders kiting around will eventually be picked off, perhaps just trying to pull more units away from the front. Rallying SCVs over here? Give me a break. Why couldn't you just take the base next to your own main base, you idiot? The proxy racks still the main source of production for one of the Terrans. Meanwhile, Teal's economy getting established. Lurkers. A little expensive. 9 more drones on the way. It appears to be a macro turn, dare I say. Oh, but this will be quickly interrupted. A couple of battlecruisers did they spot? They spotted the tech lab. Quick ping to help out with that. The battlecruisers turn around. The barracks now forced to lift and will perhaps try and somehow fly away from something that is marginally faster from them. I like the choice of splitting them up, personally. The battlecruisers will hunt them down, of course, get those buildings burning. Meanwhile, everyone is just trying to macro up. Getting stim for the Marine player here. Would love to see combat shields, too. Combat shields, very important. We have a ping. Lurkers in the middle of the field. Everybody's just macroing up, building. Zerg's expanding like wild. The barracks does eventually burn down. The Marines are the next to go out onto the field. Might be able to find a battlecruiser here. Unfortunate lack of stim and combat shields, though, means these battlecruisers could kite away. One of them's getting a bit low. The lurker's gonna burrow. Ooh, which is a slaughter. The first hit goes out. The lurker's quite dominant against the other ground forces, it seems. The Void Rays find one of the hatcheries on the far right side. The roaches reveal themselves. Scan goes out. I like the tunneling claws. A Disciple of Dark, I see. Luring the Marines into the lurker is going to be very healthy for the lurkers. Group of Marauders on the far right finds the other hatchery, which is going to keep Red's lurker economy down quite strongly. How's our battlecruiser Terran doing? 4 BCs, mostly focused on the defense, trying to get the economy set up, economy established. These Marines very injured, very bruised, and I don't believe medevacs are able to be made. I think you can make them maybe for drops, but they don't do healing. The medevacs don't actually heal anything. Overwhelming amount of roaches gonna find the small group of Marauders, force a retreat, or perhaps just an advance in the opposite direction. Oh, right into a battlecruiser. How unfortunate. The Marine's gonna take that opportunity, try and move into the base. Could gun down the missile turret, but hey, that missile turret, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't harm the Marine's family. UBC's gonna head across the other side of the map. Where are the Voids? Voids, the far right corner here. Marauders flanking a planetary fortress, which, you know, sounds cooler than it really is. Oh my word, the planetary is saved with a clutch repair. The Marauders, most of them killed off, gonna force the rest back. The Marines taking down the hatchery. BC's on the other side of the map, going after the Marines. The roaches go after the Void Ray, Teal, Protoss. The Voids desperately trying to get back to the battlecruisers. We'll follow them. Will I take a drink here? Stay hydrated, everyone. Oz, wake up, the battlecruisers falling. 2 of them go down rather quickly. The rest gonna make it home, though, wherever they wound up. Here they are. Going to deal with the Marines, the Lurkers, quickly. Eviscerate any remaining Marines in the base, thus saving... Oh my gosh, you burrowed the drones. Masio, focusing on what matters, saves the drones, lets the roaches loose. Tunneling Claws, a helpful scan from the Blue Terran, though, gonna let the Void Rays see those roaches, and the Void Ray Marauder combo really shuts down roaches here. The Vendaya scan, do not want to be in here, of course. The SCV is in a good spot, too. It can't even be targeted down. Okay. BCs, Yamatoing down the Voids. May not work out in their favor, though. The Void Rays being just a bit too strong. The supercharged beam gonna pick off the battlecruisers very quickly. Repairs trying to be done without the overcharged beam. Looking pretty good. Perhaps the Terran ground forces can help out. Not if there's lurkers in play. The battlecruisers chasing towards the Void Rays. Able to charge up that beam again. The Void Rays not quite focusing all of their fire though. There we go. They actually help each other out. The battlecruisers will be targeted down. The SCV was killed off. So now they're going after the command center there. Lurkers holding the high ground. Terran ground forces unable to move. The Void Ray, that's a lot of pings going out. Somebody's trying to communicate without using words. Void Rays picking off the planetary fortress. The scan goes down. The Lurkers are burrowing. Most of the ground forces here quite injured though. Behind this, more BCs on the way. Roaches woefully lacking though. And Paprika is the first to tap out. Lurkers gone. GG goes out. The battlecruiser player also gone. And a final GG from Masio ends the match. Team 2 is victorious here. I don't know why the game didn't actually end, but it's over. Everybody's gone. Everybody left. Team 2 are the victors here. Marine Marauder Void Ray up against Roach Lurker Battlecruiser. An intriguing, absolutely absurd fantasy composition here. Working pretty well. An entertaining match. Thank you to all who joined that day. This was from the recent community night. Thank you for the submission. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.